Welcome back, friends, to the Traveling Cheesehead Podcast, where we talk about places with personality, food with a story, and road trips that actually feel like travel. I'm Dannelle Gay, your host, and today we're diving into something that doesn't always get the spotlight, but absolutely should. Visitor bureaus. We're talking welcome centers, tourism offices, CVBs, that means Convention and Visitor Bureau. Whatever you call them, these places are quietly doing some of the most important work in travel, especially for road trippers. And if this is the year of the road trip, and let's be honest, it is, then visitor bureaus might not just be the most underused, powerful tool that you have in your arsenal for planning road trips. So today I'm going to share 10 deeply practical reasons why visitor bureaus make road trips better and how to use them like a pro so you walk out with more than just a map. You ready? Let's dig in. First of all, let's talk about what a visitor bureau really is. We're going to start here because I think this gets misunderstood. A visitor's bureau is usually a physical space, sometimes downtown, sometimes near a highway or a rest stop, staffed by people whose entire job is to help you enjoy their community. Think of them as ambassadors, so to speak. They're not there to sell you junk. They're not trying to rush you along. They want to help you experience the place they call home. Your phone can give you information, but visitor bureaus give you context. They know what's new, what's quietly closed, what's seasonal, what is very much overrated, and what locals absolutely love. That kind of knowledge, my friends, does not live on the gods be of Google. Now, why does this matter right now? We live in a world where travel planning starts with algorithms. Search results, sponsored posts, AI, heavily edited photos that don't show crowds, construction, or reality. Visitor bureaus are the antidote to all of that. They're human, they're local, they're current, and when you're road tripping, we're flexible, curious, and open to detours. These people are absolutely gold. Now, I will say that Wisconsin gets this right. Let's talk about Wisconsin for a second, because honestly, Wisconsin does this exceptionally well. Travel Wisconsin has one of the most updated travel-friendly state tourism websites out there, and there are a few hubs where you can get magazines and visitor guides from all around the area. It's clean, it's intuitive, it's accurate, but here's what people miss. That website, it is just your starting line. Once you arrive to your town of choice, the local visitor bureau will take it further for you. Many Wisconsin destinations produce annual travel guides, and I mean real guides, thoughtfully curated and updated every single year. They are actually useful. And I'm not just saying that because I've written for a lot of them, but I know the work that goes into this and the thought they have to make their visitors have the best experience possible. We're not talking PDFs that haven't been touched since 2019. We're not talking about coming soon pages on a website or a social media section. Some places really go above and beyond, and it shows. Oh my gosh. Sheboygan, Wisconsin. You have to go to their visitor center because they have the science fair. They partnered with NOAA, and there's, I can't remember how many thousands of programs that they have available on there, but it is absolutely incredible. And like all of the other bureaus, they have that friendly, helpful staff. And we've already talked about travel themes, so you're able to tell them what you're after. They can narrow it down and just like that, have you all set and ready to go. But places like that, and even Prairie, Wisconsin, when they're not open, they have their vestibule unlocked. So you can get into there and get guides that are local, menus for a bunch of local restaurants. You can still get ideas even if it is after hours and staff isn't in place. I tell you, Wisconsin is fabulous at this. Now, visitor bureaus and road trips work together so well, and this is why I think that they're both a perfect match. Road trips are flexible, They have room for detours, and they invite curiosity. Visitor bureaus help you use that flexibility well. Instead of guessing, instead of scrolling in a parking lot, instead of defaulting to whatever has the most reviews, you talk to a human and you get a better answer. Could it be any more fabulous than that? All right, let's jump into the top 10 reasons, shall we? Okay. Reason number 10. We're going to count them down. They know what's happening today. Your phone is great at telling you what usually happens somewhere. Visitor bureaus tell you what's happening right now. They know what's just opened and what's quietly closed. They know who's on vacation for a week, so they have a little sign up on their doors. They know what's seasonal, what's been canceled, and what's coming up that hasn't even hit social media yet. That kind of real-time knowledge just doesn't live online. And this is how a random stop on a road trip will suddenly become the highlight of your day. If you only remember one question to ask at a visitor center, I beg you to make it this. If I'm only here for one day, what would you not want me to miss? That, friends, question will open doors. Okay, number 9. Paper still wins on road trips. Yay! Who's still got one of those gazetteer atlases in their car, or, actual maps? Yes, maps, trail guides, downtown walking routes. Phones die. Signals drop. Car chargers, rude little boogers. Sometimes those things just betray you. Paper doesn't. Visitor bureaus don't just hand you a random brochure or two. They curate what actually matters right now and to you. That's where I talk about, remember the travel themes. I'll link to it again in the show notes, but that helps you when you're working with them. You can spread a map out on a picnic table. You can circle things. You can hand it to someone else in the car. That moment, figuring out what's next, is part of the road trip experience. Number 8, you are talking to real people who actually live there. These are not bots. They are not call centers. These are people who live in that location. They eat there. They raised their families there and know what locals stopped loving 5 years ago. Ask better questions, get better answers. Instead of asking what's popular, try asking, where do locals go when they have friends in town? That one question will completely change your trip. Okay, here we go. Number 7. They help you avoid crowds without ruining the fun. Visitor bureaus know the rhythm of a place. They know when a tour bus rolls in. They know when school groups show up. When cruise passengers flood a nearby area. They'll tell you when to go early, when to go late, and when to wait until the next day. You see, you'll still see that thing that you want to see. You're just going to enjoy it more without being able to cross. Reason number 6, they think beyond the city limits. Google thinks in pins, in certain little one area at a time, and doesn't think past that. Visitor bureaus think in regions. They'll say things like, okay, now this park is 20 minutes away, or most people miss this town next door, or if you like that, you're going to love this. That, my friends, is road trip thinking. Tell them how far you're willing to drive, and they'll help you build a day that actually makes sense for you and your visit. Number 5, they turn travel into education without making it feel like you're in school. My mother has said for years and years, travel can be fun yet educational, and I firmly believe that. And this is where visitor bureaus, I think, really shine. So in Sheboygan, the Visitor Bureau connects travelers to hands-on learning through the science fair and that partnership with NOAA. Weather, water, the Great Lakes. Oh my gosh, it is science you can touch. and it sticks, especially for kids and curious adults. In Spooner, Wisconsin, the visitor center goes way beyond being a place to grab brochures. Inside, they have a mini museum that tells the story of the area. It's very approachable, easy to explore, and perfect for travelers who want context without committing to a full museum visit. Outside, there are giant photo props designed just for visitors. And here's the part I love the most. The staff will take the pictures for you. No awkward selfies, no asking strangers in the parking lot. They know the angles, they know the lighting, they know what actually works to help you get the best shot. That moment becomes part of the experience. It makes visitors feel welcomed, not rushed, and it turns a quick stop into a memory that you take home with you. Pair that with what's happening in places like Anderson, Indiana, where the visitor center has an interactive selfie experience that sends the photos right to your phone, mural that highlights a lot of things in the area, and well, you're starting to see the pattern here. Visitor bureaus aren't just handing out maps anymore. They're helping you create memories. All right, we're down to number 4. They've already done the homework for you. Visitor bureaus, their brochures are not random. They highlight locally owned restaurants, seasonal menus, attractions that are actually open, experiences that matter to the community. They've filtered the noise so you don't have to. If you're wondering where to start, ask which brochure they hand out the most. That answer usually tells you everything you need to know. Okay, we're down to number 3. Okay, their gift shops deserve more credit. Here's something visitor bureaus don't get enough credit for. Their gift shops, if they have one. These are not cheesy souvenir traps. A lot of them stock locally made food, small batch goods, books by regional authors, things that actually tell the story of the place you're visiting. This is where you'll find honey from just outside of town, that local beekeeper. The spice blend locals swear by, like Happy Salt in Shipshewana, Indiana. That book you didn't know you wanted until you picked it up. Oh my gosh. Now, when you buy something there, your money stays local. You walk out with something that means something. So skip the gas station, spend 5 minutes in the visitor center instead. And a lot of them will have a pressed penny machine. So keep a couple of quarters and a penny or two in your car because a lot of places can't give you that penny for change anymore. That is a really fun, thrifty, kind of like little souvenir that helps remember things. Number 2, they save you from headaches that you didn't see coming. Road closures, flooded trails, construction detours, weather issues. Visitor bureaus usually know before you do. And sometimes the detour that they suggest, better than the original plan. So before you leave, ask one simple question. Is there anything we should avoid today? They will tell you if there is. All right, drum roll. Number 1, they help you feel a place. That's the big one, folks. Visitor bureaus help you understand why a town exists, what matters to locals, and how history shaped that place. Suddenly, it clicks. You're not just checking boxes, you're connecting. Tell them what kind of traveler you are, and they'll tailor everything that they suggest to you. So here's my Midwest reality check. The Midwest, it shows up big time here. A flight with a layover might take 12 hours. Security, delays, cancellation. Ugh, where's my luggage? You know what? I can drive to Louisiana in 14 hours. A 10-hour road trip? That's just a Tuesday for us. This is the year of the road trip, and visitor bureaus will help you do it well. So here's what I hope you take away from this today. Visitor bureaus are not old-fashioned, they are not outdated, and they definitely are not unnecessary. They're free, they're local, and they're powered by people who actually care whether you have a good experience in their community or not. In a world driven by algorithms, visitor bureaus are that human connection that we need to different areas. They listen, they ask questions, they offer context instead of clicks. So the next time you roll into a town, before you scroll, before you overthink, walk into the visitor center. Say hello, grab a map, ask what they'd do if they had one perfect day to spend in their area. That's how road trips turn into stories. Now, if this episode helped you see travel a little differently, I'd love it if you'd like, follow, and share the Traveling Cheesehead Podcast. It helps more curious travelers find smarter, richer ways to explore, and it keeps this community growing. Know somebody planning a road trip? Send this episode their way. Until next time, my friends, keep your tank full, the plan's flexible, and your curiosity wide open.